Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Death Parade Season 1, Episode 4, titled Death Arcade. I don't know why I read the season number because there's only one season of it, but yeah. Anyway, um, TV personality Misaki Tachibana is convinced that she is in Quintessum as part of a hidden camera TV show and enlists her counterpart Yosuke Tateishi to help her liven the show up. Desmond takes measures to ensure extreme conditions for the contestants. Why is the word that tripped me up the second most? Contestants. I don't know why that was such a struggle, but yeah. So, not really sure what to think of this. Uh, Based on the thumbnail, there's nothing to go on. The arcade, simply put, it makes me think of like an arcade cabinet or something, but I don't know whether they'd have that in this place. Part of a hidden camera TV show. Decim takes measures to ensure extreme conditions. Absolutely nothing to go off of on this, so I guess let's just see what it's about in three, two, one, go. Oh yeah, it always weirds me out whenever Crunchyroll has a Funimation thing at the start of it. The one place they'd never put a camera on a hidden TV show, the toilet. Well, I mean, they do say the camera adds, what is it, £5 for women, 5 years for guys? So, that doesn't really work. Is it 5 or 10? Why do I have a feeling he's a crazed fan? That's just the vibe I'm getting off of. Oh, it is an arcade game. Right, well. The question is, what kind of arcade game is it? Obviously, it's classic, so it's got the joystick and the, I'm assuming, six buttons. One, I never noticed that they had ice skates on the bar, so that could be a upcoming thing. And two, is there a DDR episode, or is that just something they've added into the opening for no reason? Oh, that's only five buttons. The start and fall. Home security, otaku, Blu-ray phalanx. I didn't pay attention to it. Ability temptation. So the character is either creepy otaku or vainglorious. Mm-hmm. Is that it? Or does she want to see what his reaction to that is? cannot tell you. No. Out of what we've seen from the both of them, I feel most bad for her. It's a very classic story. Abused parents often do turn neglectful. That's her special move. It barely did it. Do y'all really not know how to control one of those without the thing on top? Well, that took an unexpected turn. Seems their death wasn't related. He took his own life. Yeah, no shit. Okay, should be back. My headphones cut out, so I had to pause it. I'm pretty sure I'm at the same spot. May not be the exact part of the sentence, but yeah, we'll continue on in 3, 2, 1, go. Don't know why they cut out. Like, it wasn't a death like it normally is. It full disconnected from my system and everything. An ambulance isn't gonna help. His is a lot stronger than her was. Double knockout. Oh, it actually did get a double knockout. was going to be the outcome. Oh god, that was. Even knowing the themes of this show, that one, that one hit hard. Normally, if you've got a show dealing with topics as dark as this one does, you'd have them have one story revolving around an abuse victim, just her whole life she's been screwed over by people, abused by the ones she loved, turned neglectful, finally seemingly start turning her life around, only to be murdered when she in turn abuses her assistant. And you'd have the suicide thing as two very different stories. You would not have them in the same episode. But no, that's what we got. It's the first time that, well, I say the first time, we've only seen two other instances in this show. It's the first time the deaths were completely unrelated. They had no history with each other. Their stories weren't the same, other than how depressing they were. She was the sole parent of 5 kids from various ages, ranging from what looked to be late high school down to little kids. Because the fathers of those kids abused her and then walked out on them, leaving her with the kids. I mean, I don't condone the neglect that they implied she gave her kids. That was very implied by their faces when they were looking at her when she was sitting at the table and everything. Nor do I excuse her slapping her assistant for scheduling her an event when she had promised to be home with her kids. But, well, for one, you'd assume that's not the first time that she's done that to her assistant because of how drastic the reaction was. But none of that condones what she did. And then there was the whole beating her opponent into unconsciousness when she was under the assumption that if she lost this game, she would die and wouldn't make it back home to her kids. And the game showed her what she was fighting for. And then him, a mother who hated him, said he shouldn't have been born, divorced his father at a young age. Later on in life, his father remarried by the looks of it. Well, he was in a depression spiral. She just wanted to be close to him. He kept pushing her away. She wanted him to recognize her as his mum. And he jumped out the window. You know, my headphones cutting out. It was almost like my computer was trying to stop me from finishing this recording. But I had to push through. I had to subject myself to the themes at the end of this video, this episode. That was heavy. And then just having Desmond comforting them at the end, saying that throughout it all, they did good. They did the best they could. That's all you really can say to people in that state when you've already passed judgment over who's going to heaven and who's going to hell. It's like, you did the best with what you were dealt. It ended you up here, and the path was already decided. Because as we've seen, you can have two people end up in the same place. We saw that in episode 3. I thought this episode was actually going to twist it, have him be going down and her going up. As I said, her being a TV icon at the start, and him with his leering at her body, let's put it that way. That's what he was doing. I thought it was going to have been revealed that he was a stalker. He sought after her was because he'd seen her on TV, and that had gotten them both killed. Like, he'd killed her and then killed himself. Like, I thought that was how this was going to end up. That is definitely not how it ended up. Yeah. Anyway, this was dark. And, yeah. But, I guess I'll catch you in the next one.